Hey, First United Methodist Church Mount Dora. My name is Brian Lawson. I'm the Director of Youth and Young Adult Ministries here. And we wanted to share a little thank you and share a little bit about what our experience was this year at Warren Willis Summer Camp in June and then in July up at Clarksville, Georgia, serving on our mission trip.
What was your experience like this year for your first summer camp?
I think I had so much fun. I thought I was not gonna fit in or not know anybody, because I was so scared because I've never been on it before. But I had a really good experience with God.
What is one thing you will never forget about summer camp 2017?
I'll never forget the people that you meet there and the experiences that the counselors create for you.
What is one thing you've taken away from camp this year?
One thing I took away was that God will always forgive you and you're perfect in His eyes, even if you don't feel like it.
I became more receptive to people because at camp their masks kind of come off and you get to see who they are just raw, and it's really interesting you get to see a lot of people how they will have a facade going on for most of the time, but then at camp or in small groups or something they're just bare and it's just who they are, and I thought that was really interesting, and it helped me be able to look deeper into why a person is acting the way they are.
I mean, I've taken away a couple verses, obviously, like I always do from camp. I always take a couple pieces of scripture that I've not really seeked out or noticed before.
One day during our skills, I had archery that day, and I had talked to this one girl. I'm a loner. She looked like a loner. I'm like, hey, let's be loners together, because that's how I am. And we started talking, and we got into some really deep conversation all of a sudden. And she had talked about how the night before, which was our cry night, I think it was, she had just felt so moved and so touched by God that she decided to finally give herself to God.
This is my first year on the mission trip, and I thought it was really cool to experience people in need, what they go through in their everyday lives, and experience more of helping them and their reaction to that and how much they really appreciate what you're doing there.
It was everything that I expected and some that I didn't. I expected to go out and help those who are in need. I expected to stay in one cabin, if you will, with all of our people. I expected to get dirty, but I didn't expect to come out with the stronger bonds I now have with the people I spent the night with.
When I think about it, there really wasn't a moment where I didn't see God working in the mission trip.
It's probably going to rank up there with the best experiences I've ever had.
What one memory stands out to you the most from this mission trip?
I think what stands out to me is every night when we talk as a group and everything and share what we've learned throughout the day, learning a lot there about other people and how we've grown throughout the week.
During this mission trip, I got to see this one girl. I got to see her accept Jesus into her life, and I thought that was really amazing to watch and to be a part of. How did you feel? What were your emotions when you were serving these people on this mission trip?
It was really eye-opening, especially because I remember on the first day we were just cleaning off the house, and I said why don't we just hose it down, because they gave us just a bucket of sponges, and one of the guys said that they don't have a water source, so that made me just think something like water that I don't even think about before I get it. Some people aren't fortunate enough to have that.
So something that I took away from this mission trip was the impact that I, or people like Brian, that all the leaders have on these kids, and it's way more than I could have ever imagined. It was very humbling to hear all the things that these kids had to say about all the leaders and about me and about this church. And how did you experience Jesus on the mission trip?
Jesus was really very impactful on me on the mission trip because I actually accepted him into my life at mission trip.
I think we're a very fortunate youth group to have a congregation like you guys supporting us going on these things, because I think without that support, these kids would miss out on a lot of amazing opportunities that God presents them.
Friends, I hope you've heard the many ways that God works in people's lives. And sometimes it's what we expect, and sometimes we have no idea that it's coming, yet God has this way of sort of turning the table on us and showing us things that we never realized and never knew possible. We, myself and Janet and all the leaders that gave up all their time for these trips, are very thankful for you. We're very thankful to be instruments in God's hands, and it's your prayers, it's your presence in their life when you see them on campus, it's your financial support. All of these things make a huge impact, and it is us collectively doing this that really makes God move, and we are His instrument that way. So I just want to tell you how much I appreciate you, how thankful I am for your support, and I know that I'm speaking for Janet and all the other leaders as well. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you.